Welcome back, children. Once again, this is Ansu here. This time we'll be seeing the third part of Introduction to MS Access 2010. Today we will be discussing three topics. They are creating a table in design view, inserting data, setting primary and foreign keys. You know that the default view in MS Access database is the datasheet view, right? But you can also make one in the design view. You can also create a table in design view. You can control the table and field properties. You can create the fields of the tables using design view. You can always create a table in the design view and control all the table and field properties with the help of that view. To create a table in design view, how can we create a table in design view? First thing is you need to start Microsoft Access and create a blank database. The first step is same. You need to open a blank database. The blank database always appears in the datasheet view. Then you have to click on the Create tab. The Create tab appears. From the Tables group, you have to look for the Tables group. In the Tables group, you have to click the Tables Design icon. A table in design window appears. When you click the Tables Design icon, you get a design view window. Adding fields in a table. How do you add different fields in a table? To add columns in a table and edit the data type of each column, we need to enter the field names, select the data type and enter other details in the fields. That is, there are different types of data and different types of fields available. You need to first name the fields, then you have to select suitable data types for those fields. To add a field. In the field name column, enter the required column names. You have to enter the name of the column in the field name area. In the data type column, click a cell. A drop down arrow appears. Data type column, you need to click on the cell. At that time, a drop down arrow appears. Click the drop down arrow to select the data type. You have to select one data type from the drop down list. In the description column, enter the required description. So first is you have to give the name in the field name column. The second thing is you have to find the data type from the drop down list in the data type column, and in the description column you have to give a description regarding what is being done in these columns. Save the table as students marks. That is, you'll get the students marks table in the design view. Inserting data. You can insert data only in datasheet view. Though there are two different views, that is the datasheet view and the design view, you can enter data only in the datasheet view. Click the Home tab. The Home tab appears. From the Views group, click the Views icon. A drop-down list appears. Click the Datasheet View option. The table appears in Datasheet view. In order to enter your data, it should be in the datasheet view. What you do is you click on the Home tab. In that, you have to go for the Views group. In the Views group, the datasheet view appears. To insert data, click the field in which you want to insert data. First thing is you need to click on the field or the cell in which you want to enter the data. Enter the required data. That is the next step. Press the Shift key or the arrow keys to move from one field to another. To move from that cell to the next cell, you have to use either the Shift key or the arrow keys. Setting primary and foreign keys. Primary and foreign keys are used to create relationships between two tables. It is used to form a relationship between two tables in a database. We need to create relationships between common fields to combine two tables. If you want to combine two tables, then you have to form a relationship between those in order to combine it together. A primary key is a unique key used to identify the fields of a record. The primary key that should be used should be a unique key. That means you can only have one primary key for a table. And it should be same in all the tables in order to link it together to form a relationship. Each table has unique value that identifies the record. Every table that you are linking it to should have a unique value. That means a common value that can be used as a reference in all the tables. The primary key distinguishes one record from another. The primary key is the main thing that separates or makes a difference between each table in the database. For example, all students whose information is stored in a table has a unique number to identify his or her record known as the roll number. Yes, you have. In a school, the child is always identified by the roll number. In your case, that is the admission number. So primary key can be assigned to the roll number field or your admission number field. Each table should have a primary key as it avoids duplicate data. The primary key is used to avoid duplication of data in a table. Each table can have only one primary key that I've already told you before. Every table or each table should have only one single key to form relationship with that other table. The primary key is also used to form relationships. That key is used for creating relationship between tables. Example, a primary key can be useful when you want to combine two tables together with a common field. If you know the roll number or the admission number of a student, you can always link the personal information that is lying in one table with the records of the student in another table, because the admission number for the student is same in both the tables. When the two tables are collated or joined together or combined together, the primary key of one table becomes the foreign key of the other. When you're joining one table to another table, the first table which is joining will have a key as the primary key, and when it is joined to the next table, that becomes a foreign key. A foreign key can comprise of a single field or can be a collection of multiple fields. Foreign key can comprise of, it can be a combination of a single field or more than one fields. The primary key and foreign key may not have the same names, but the data types of both keys should be the same. Even though the names of the primary key and the foreign key may not be the same, the data type, if it is numbers, it should be joined to numbers only. If it is text, it should be joined to text only. The data type should be the same in both the cases. Now, to set a primary key. On the navigation pane, right-click the required table. Example, students' records. A shortcut menu appears. Click the design view option. The table opens in the design view. When you open with the design view, you get the table in the design view. Select the required field. Then click the design tab. The design tab appears. From the tools group, click the primary key icon. A key symbol appears to the left of the selected field. Once you open the table in the design view, you can go to the tools group and click the primary key icon. A key symbol will appear on the left of the selected field. For combining two tables, you need to set the primary key for both. If you want to combine one table with another table, you have to first select primary key for the first table, then you have to select the primary key for the second table. After setting the primary keys, you can create a relationship between the two tables. Once you have two primary keys for two tables, two unique primary keys for two tables, you can create a relationship between both. Steps to create a relationship. Close all the tables in the work area. If you want to create a relationship, you have to first form primary keys and keep. Then you need to close all the tables which you are working on. Click the Database Tools tab. You have to click on the Database Tools tab. The Database Tools tab appears. From the Relationships group, click the Relationships icon. In the Relationships group, you have to look for the Relationships icon. The Show Table dialog box appears. The table that appears is the Show Table. You have to click on it. Hold the Shift key and click the required tables. You need more than one table to create a relationship, right? You cannot select it as it is. So you need to press on the Shift key and select the tables that you want to create the relationship with. That means, for example, here we are joining students' marks and students' records together. That you need to press the Shift key and click on students' marks and students' records. Then click the Add button. The fields of both the tables appears in the relationship window. Whatever fields that you are having in both these tables will appear together in the window. To show the relationship window, click the Close button to close the Show Table dialog box. Once you've got that, you can close the Show Table dialog box. From the Students Records section, drag the primary key field roll number to the Students Marks section's primary key field roll number. The Edit Relationships dialog box appears. You need to drag the key from the first table to the key area of the second table. At that time, Edit Relationships dialog box comes. Click the Create button. A line appears between the two tables. When you do that, a line is formed between the two tables. The line indicates the relationship between two tables. The line that is formed indicates a relationship between the two tables. With this, we come to the end of this chapter and this presentation.